All right, let's talk about Tinder and Dominican Republic. I'm going to say this. Get you a copy and paste it saying, get you some words in Google Translate, post them to your notepad, post them to Word, post them to something. Because it's going to be a lot of hola, como estás, how are you doing, how was your day, what are you looking for, where are you located. Those are the first few things that I would suggest knowing, or at least being able to copy and paste when communicating with women from Tinder. You're going to get matches. Don't question that. I like them thick. I like them voluptuous. I like women that have, a heavy backside. That is just me. But as you can see from going through Tinder, everything that you're looking for, everything that you are looking for and more is there. Light skin, dark skin, slim, whatever you're looking for, you will find. And that's one thing that I love about the Dominican Republic is the variety of shapes, sizes, colors, anything from 10s to 2s, just like anything else. But you're going to get a lot of matches, but you're going to need to have to filter out those matches. Right now, as we speak, I probably have 30 matches in Tinder from the Dominican Republic. At least 30. At least 30. And if I can have 30 and I was only there for X amount of days, you can have 50 or 60 or... Woohoo! Wow, I can't even concentrate. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Let's take a moment of silence. Let's take a moment of silence. All right, we're back. As you can see, they're out there. They're out there. And I've said this before, and I will say this again, that the most beautiful women in the world, to me, in no particular order necessarily, is the Dominican Republic and Rwanda. The Dominican Republic and Rwanda. But hit Tinder. Hit Tinder. Oh my gosh, look at that. Moment of silence. Moment of silence. As you can see, some of these women speak English. I used to go to countries and be like, hello, how are you doing? I would, man, moment of silence. I used to go to these countries and be like, number one, please. And they be like, you would like a number one? Okay, what would you like on it? So don't go to these countries assuming that just because you're in a foreign country that they do not speak English, guys. And here's my other take on that. Do not go to these countries, and this is my own personal opinion, knowing a sentence, a few words in Spanish, and saying that and thinking that they only know, or that they know that you know, that they know that you only speak a few words of Spanish. Once you start the hola, como estas, and these muy buenas, and y2s, and all this other stuff, they're going to think you know Spanish. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to continue that conversation in Spanish. They're not going to go from hola, como estas to hello, how are you doing? Man, she's cute. That son hit her nicely. Once you start speaking Spanish, they're going to continue that conversation in Spanish. So my personal opinion is, if you do not speak the language fluently, do not go there off of these. Damn, she's cute. Do not go there off these 10-minute, 20-minute, 30-minute videos, Rosetta Stone movies that you watched a week before going there, thinking that you're going to get by off one or two sentences. First and foremost, a lot of them speak English, some English. I'm not going to say a lot. Some of them speak English, some English, but some translator app is going to be your friend. Some translator app is going to be your friend. But there is more translator apps out there than Google. I couldn't even talk looking at that. Man, moment of silence. There's more translator apps out there than Google Translate. I'm going to repeat that again. There's more translator apps out there than Google Translate. And honestly, some of these other translator apps are kind of a little better than Google Translate. All right. People go to the DR because these women are voluptuous. People go to the DR because these women are thick. People go to the DR because these women are beautiful. And that, yes, of course, there are beautiful women in Brazil. I've been in Brazil. There are beautiful women in Colombia. I've been in Colombia. But DR, in my opinion, is better than Colombia. But we talked about that in a previous video. Man. Wow. DR, in my opinion, is better than Colombia. Right? And I know I've talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it briefly again. You have a higher chance of meeting a real woman in DR. Oh, man. You do. You have I match with her too. You have a higher chance of meeting a real woman in the DR. And here's why I say hit Tinder early. Hit Tinder. I hit Tinder maybe 3 weeks, no more than a month prior to me going to the DR. And I'm going to suggest you do the same. You say, hey, why should you hit Tinder 3 weeks, a month prior? I'm going to give you 2 reasons. One, these women that are working, I'm not saying all of them are not. These women that are working, whether you're coming 3 weeks from now, a month, man, 3 weeks from now, a month from now, whenever the case may be, when you get there, guess what she's going to still be doing? Working. But she's not going to retire from working within the next 2 or 3 weeks before you get on that plane and get to her destination. So hit Tinder early. The second reason I suggest you hit Tinder early is some women I matched with, I hit right with, it may take them a week to swipe right on me. It may take them 2 weeks to swipe right on me. It may take them 2.5 weeks to swipe right on me. A lot of these women, as you can imagine, especially the ones that I find attractive, especially the ones that you find attractive, they're getting a gazillion matches a day. And she might not be spending 4 hours a day on Tinder swiping right on men. So she may spend a few minutes here, a few minutes there. So it might take her 2 weeks to swipe right on you. It just might take her that long. So hit Tinder early. Get Tinder passport so your location can be what their location is. If you're cheap, frugal, whatever word you want to use, you're going to run into some issues. Because of your, moment of silence. I can't even talk right now. Because if you're frugal, if you're cheap, and you get there on Friday, right, and you leave on Sunday or Monday, she might not see that message until Sunday or Monday. You might already be gone. You might never meet her. She might not be swiping when you're swiping. You might be number 101 guys that she's swiping on, and she might be on 21 right now. She might be ready to go to work, go to bed, go to the gym, watch TV, right? So I suggest, moment of silence. And it's verified. Look at that. Listen, this is why DR is, this is why DR, I might use that as a YouTube photo. This is why DR has the most beautiful women in the world. If not the most beautiful women in the world, guys. All right. WhatsApp was crazy. That was someone, the first picture was someone that I was talking to where she told me she got sick. She fell down the stairs, whatever lie she told me. Listen, this is an old Asian trick. This is an old Thailand trick. This is an old Filipino trick. This is no, someone's sick, someone died in my family, I'm going through hard times, I can't pay my rent, this is going on in my life. Listen, if you tell me that you're having issues financially, you got sick, you need help, if you're telling me these things in the first 48 hours, 72 hours, the first week, the first 2 weeks of me knowing you, one, you lying, two, you think I'm stupid, but three, you're trying to get over. Men, no matter where you go, you're going to run into women who are trying to get over. But stack up these numbers.
Let's talk about
Stack them up.
real quick. Uh, right now it's like it's better to find someone for a short time than to be with someone and waste a long time. I'm going to repeat that. It's better to find someone for a short time than to be with someone and waste a long time. That is my philosophy. Uh, if I had not been in the last two relationships that I've been in, I'd probably have $40,000, $50,000 more. And I'm just being honest. But we'll talk about how relationships do not benefit men in another video. This video, we're going to speak about price, payment, services, women of the night, short time, long time, companions in the Dominican Republic. All right, first things first. As many of you know, some of you know, I've been going to the DR for over a decade. Right, I've been going to the DR for a very, very long time for various reasons. One being I love it there. I love the culture. I love the food. I love the ocean. I love the clear water. I love the activities. But probably most importantly, I feel like Dominican women are one of, if not the most beautiful women in the world. I was watching a video a couple weeks ago, and the guy was talking about, long story short, that prices go up. Over time, prices go up. Over time, what women charged 5, 6, 7 years ago, several years ago, they're not charging today. And I would like to politely disagree. The same prices they are charging now are the same prices they were charging a decade ago when I went there, when I first started going there. All right, let's be honest, right? And the guy mentioned some great points. I can't find it, and I could look for it. But he mentioned some great points, right? Let's say you stink, you have an odor. She probably does not want to go home with you. She's probably going to upcharge you. She's probably going to charge a little bit more than the guy that does not have an odor. If you're attractive, if she finds you attractive, if she's someone or you are someone that she would love to spend time with, of course she might be willing to wiggle down her price. Of course she might be willing to negotiate. These women, the first number that comes out of their mouth is not the first number they'll take. I'm going to repeat that. The first number that comes out of their mouth is not the first number that they will take. And every woman that I tried to negotiate with, I was able to get them to come down. And I'm going to give you an example. Let me give you one example. I was walking out of the ATM machine in Sosua, and I ran straight into this individual. She said something talking about poppy. Anything, anything in a woman's sentence that has poppy in it, I'm automatically attracted. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. So I was walking out of the ATM machine. I ran into her. We exchanged contact. You know, they always ask you what you're doing now. Listen, I'm not looking for now. I'm looking for later. You know, looking for now was not a suggestion. I suggest anyone because you're going to see someone that you might like that you want now. But long story short, I was walking out of the ATM machine. I seen her bumping into her. We exchanged contact. She gave me a number. All right, let's be honest, guys. I got her down to 80 euro. I'm sorry, I got her down to $80. She initially wanted $100. I got her down to 80. If I would have kept negotiating, I probably could have got her down to more than that. So $80, and this is at 11:33 at night. Let's be honest. If a woman has not got a man by a certain amount of time, she needs to start lowering her prices. And you have to start thinking like these women, right? There's 100 women out there, right? 200 women, 300 women, whatever the number is, right? She's going to be left with two choices, guys. Go home with nothing or go home with something. I'm going to repeat that. She's going to be left with two choices. Go home with nothing or go home with something. And she's going to have to make that decision. Can I go home with 0 or can I go home with 80? And most women are going to take this $80. Most women are going to go even lower, $75, $60. But you have to understand that these women, some of these women, their pride will not let them go down so much. Some of these women, their pride will not let them go down so much. And I'm not saying a woman should go home with you for $5. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that these women have a set price where they're like, hey, this is the lowest I'm going. I'd rather go home with nothing than to take this price. And they have that right. They have that right. So I'll say this. Every woman that I talk to, probably 95% of working women, right? Because there are regular women out there. 95% of all working women that I talk to started off at $100. I'm just being honest. It's like copy and paste. All I want $100. 95%. I'm talking about 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s, 6, 5s. All of them want $100. But as I mentioned before, that is not the final price. I was happy with 80. 80 was cool in my book. I saved myself $20. $20 with one woman ain't a big deal, but when you're running through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 women, depending on how long you're being there, that $20 is going to save you a great deal of money in the long run. I've said this and I will say this again. Not every woman that you meet is a woman of the night. I don't care if you're in Sosua, even though Sosua is world renowned for being a woman of the night hub. Not every woman that you meet in Sosua is that. There are working women. There are women there that have jobs. There are women there that work for corporations, businesses in the Sosua Cabarete area. So try to treat most women with some level of respect, dignity, unless you just know for sure that she is what she is. You know, if she's walking around the street at night with bathing suits on and skimpy clothes and tight clothes and looking for attention, 99% of the chance, 99% of the time, that is what she is. Just be aware of your environments, but take note that not every woman is looking to exchange services for money. There are women who are looking for relationships. There are women who are looking for a good time. There are women who are looking to get out of the house. There are women who just want to spend time with you. Right? So I was talking to this young lady. She spoke great English. She was, she was cute. She was something that I would talk to, not something that I would approach, but something that I would talk to. And she wanted me to take her out to eat. Right? She said she'd go on her own to eat in an hour. She assumed I was there. In later messages, I told her I wasn't there. She said, all right, she's not going. You can take this in two ways, right? One, she wants to spend time with me. She wants to get to know me, blah, blah, blah. Two, she wants a free meal, right? Depending on you, could be one of the two. Could be both. She wants a free meal and she wants to get to know me. But one of those two occurs. But I said that to say there are regular women out there, but do not treat women of the night, women that are offering services for money, like wives. Don't give them the girlfriend-boyfriend relationship experience. If you're going to spend $80, $90, $100 to be with someone, I don't suggest spending another $50, $60 on dinner and drinks, because these Dominican women know how to drink. They will drink you under the table. You'll go out and have drinks. Next thing you know, she's on her third or fourth, fifth drink, and you're on your first one. So don't treat one type of woman like the other. But I did go out to dinner with one young lady. She was cool, but to be honest with you, I was there for a certain amount of time, and I really did not have the time, the patience, and the energy to be going out on dates and doing all that extra stuff. Like, I'm not really looking for that, right? If I find it, that's cool, but I don't have time to be going out on date after date after date. By the time you went out on 2 dates, you could have just bought a woman of the night went home, went to sleep, went out about your business. Instead of going out on dates and hoping you get some, you just buy someone for their times and you know you're getting some. But I'm not saying do that. I'm not saying don't do it. Like I said, I went out on a date with a woman. We went to some places. It was cool. But my time is valuable, especially when I'm there for a short period of time. If I was there for a month, yeah, cool. We can do the dinner thing. We can get to know each other. We can see if you want to get down on one knee and propose to me as a high value man. We can see that. But if I'm only there for a short period of time, I don't really have time to be doing the dates, the movies, the getting to know one another. That's not necessarily what I'm there for. Just FYI. We're going to check something else out in just a moment. Give me 1 second. Next video will be about, you know.